Everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Can you say deal of a lifetime? Repeat after me. Deal of a lifetime. What the hell's a deal of a lifetime, Robbie Krieger, the Flip Flop Flipper? Tell us what's your next deal of a lifetime. Well, I'm going to tell you about this spot here. This is on Juan Ponce de Leon. This is solid inside of our buy box. We like to buy on this street, Juan Ponce de Leon, from what we call the new monster affectionately. We've got other videos about that. All the way down Juan Ponce de Leon through Santurce and into Miramar. And so we've got projects going on all over the place on this street. And this is just another one that fell right inside of our buy box. We believe we're getting an incredible deal. We're buying from the HOA of the Cobians Plaza. It was built as a theater. So actually, let's go back. This building has got multiple parts to it. And if you're looking at the building, and hopefully we've got drone footage of it, there's a tower that this is all where people live. So this is, I would call them sort of nice apartments, well-equipped apartments inside of the city of San Juan. Anything above like the 4th or 5th floor is going to have some pretty great views of the city, probably looking at either the port or the ocean, depending on what side of the building you're on. And then if you come down to the bottom part of the tower, there's basically a mall, and that mall is a commercial building, and it's got restaurants, it's got offices, you know, there's professionals in there, there's things like a co-work space. There's a really great co-work space in there called Coco House. There is just all kinds of office places. I don't think there's retail. I think originally the idea would have been to have some retail in there, and we may, with the space that we're buying, be able to figure out a way to have some retail in there. So basically what we're buying is the theater. So the Cobians were a family that were in the theaters business back in the 50s and 60s. I think they owned, from what I understand, theaters all across the Caribbean. And then they built this building, and it was state of the art at the time. And part of the build was that they built this theater, and it never really got used for anything other than as a private theater for the family. And eventually it became offices. And the last time that this spot sold was back in 2006 or 7, when things were really doing pretty well on the island, and it sold for a pretty high number. And I don't know exactly what that number is, but it was a $2.6 million or $2.7 million price. So a really kind of a high price. And the company that bought it, then we had the banking crash back that happened in 2008. They went under, that company went under, and they ended up losing it to a foreclosure sale. And then something happened with the bank where the bank actually ended up trading it off or giving it to another owner, another debtor, either of the person who had bought it and lost it to the bank, or a debtor of the bank. And I'm not clear of what that is. But I guess the point is the space has been sitting vacant for like 15 years. Right? Which is amazing, because as we go through this place, it's freaking immaculate. It's really in good condition. This is absolutely right up our alley. This is value add, and we love it. But what we're seeing here is way less distress than what we're usually and more typically buying. So what we see, for instance, in the place that I have here, we would have seen when we bought it, the roof was leaking, and you'd have exposed rebar that was rusting out, and we'd have to fix all of that. There's nothing like that. This thing is dry and tight. The cement looks amazing. The walls, there's no leaks. There's no power to it. It's dark in there, so we've had to use lights to go around and look at it. But the place is in really good condition. And what we're planning to do with it is we're going to tear it all apart and then build it back better. And we're either going to build it back as just traditional office and rent it sort of to the office market, which is about $30 a square foot. And we think that we can renovate something super nice and rent for $20 a square foot. So be the best value that you can get for office space, as office space is kind of going out of vogue, but there's still a desire for it. There's still a need for it. And that's one way that we could go. The other thing that we may do with this building is just to pull it apart and then get it to a white box and sell it on to the next person who has a bigger vision for it than us. And the third thing that we're possibly going to do, because you know we really love to renovate things and bring them up to their highest and best use, is to figure out what we think the highest and best use is and then renovate to that level. So one thing's for sure, we're going to buy it, and then we're gonna pull it all apart, get the power on, get the lights on, and we're gonna see what we've got. And then we'll do another video and we'll let you know where we're going with it. But this is, guys, what we feel like is a top 5 deal that we've ever done on the island of Puerto Rico. I've had my realtor friend, Robert Segi, who really has his finger on the pulse of what's happening on the island, come in and look at this spot, and his jaw dropped when he learned what we were paying for it and when he saw what it was, and he was like, this is absolutely amazing. This is an A+ area in a great building in an area that we like to invest. I mean, it really has lots and lots of pluses, right? Like, so it's the area we want to invest, that's a plus. The building is a plus. The type of condition that it's in, that's a plus. Everything about this so far, that as we've gotten into it and as we've done our inspections, has just made it more and more exciting. So these are the type of projects that we like to figure out, learn, and build into their highest and best use. And we're still looking for that grand idea. So if you'd like to partner with us on this, or if you've got an idea for what the highest and best use is, put it in the comments. Why don't we go there and let's have a discussion about that? Because maybe you've got a business that you've been thinking about starting in San Juan and you've been looking for a spot, and as you see this, you're going, oh my God, my business could work there. Let us know. Send me an email at theflipflopflipperpr@gmail.com. Put a comment in the comment section. Let's get to know each other on this channel, guys. I say this on just about every video. We look to expand our business through partnerships. That's how we plan to monetize this YouTube channel. We're not trying to sell you anything. We just want to do deals with like-minded people. We're value-add real estate investors. We're giving, hopefully, great content away and letting people know that this value-add real estate investing, it leads to a great life. And we're inviting people to come and partner with us. So if that excites you the way that it excites us, send us an email, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, become part of our community. We're building a community of like-minded people who are going to do deals together. We've already started doing deals with people through the YouTube channel, and we'd love to talk to you about possibly doing a deal if that's what you're into. Either you bring us something that we could possibly add value to, or we'll bring deals like this to the table where we're going to look for partners. And that could be anything from people who've got money to people who want to operate businesses, all of the stuff in between. Obviously, there's going to be a pretty heavy lift to get this up to the highest and best use, whatever that is, right? So we're going to go in and we're going to rebuild it. We're going to reimagine it, and we're going to rebuild it into something that's magnificent. So, hey guys, with this space, we've got an incredible zoning. It's a commercial zoning. And so basically we can put any kind of commercial business in there, whether that's office, whether that's retail, whether that's a small hotel, or we've even had the idea of doing some kind of arcade type Dave & Buster's, right? So we've got this great big box, and it's got some huge, massive square footage, and it's got giant ceilings. It's 23,000 square feet at the base, and it's 60 foot from the lowest point to the highest point. So we could pull it apart and make it into 2 floors with high ceilings and just have a magnificent space in there. And we're not sure what the highest and best use is yet, but we invite you guys to tell us, what do you think would go here? We've even thought about like doing indoor pickleball courts. And there's another game that's coming that's fast becoming popular here on the island in the States, and that's called paddle. I think the English call it paddle. And so I've got a buddy from Europe who's like, yeah, you could do pickleball and you could do paddle and we could have a small hotel. I mean, look, the sky is sort of the limit, right? The space is so good and such a good spot and such a good building. It's almost, what can you imagine? And then we can build it, and we can back into the number and figure out what makes sense. How far do we go with it? But we believe that there is a massive win here to be had for everyone who wants to partner on this. So we'd love to hear your ideas. We always like to have a healthy conversation in the comments section. So guys, go ahead and leave your comments. Tell us what you think about the area. Tell me that you think I'm out of my mind. Tell me that you love it. I don't care. Just get a lively conversation going there, guys. That's something that we love to do on this channel. We don't think that we know everything, and so we're always looking to learn, and we always like to hear other people's opinions. And somebody may have the idea that we would run with, and so that would be awesome if you'll just put it in the comments. And don't forget, if you want to partner on this, if you've got an idea for a business, send me an email and let me know, because we want to talk to you about that too. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Watch this next video. That's what YouTube thinks you should do, and that's what we think you should do. Appreciate your time. God bless.